know who need to hear this, but your kingdom spouse is not nobody that you got to save. You're not going to have to fix them. You're not going to have to sacrifice anything for them. And more importantly, you're not going to have to steer them in the direction of God. I see so many people talk about kingdom spouses, and a lot of the people that be speaking be saying stuff like you're going to have to wait for them, and you're going to be the one like the catalyst for their growth, and you're going to have to pray for them. God will send you somebody that you don't have to pray for. God will send you somebody that's not an assignment. That's not somebody that you have to fix. And I feel like it makes so much sense for us on a spiritual journey, getting closer to God, to believe that we have to fix people, because somewhere in our journey, we used to believe that. We used to believe that we were the one sent in the family, that breaking generational curses mean you were going to fix everybody, when whole time it meant that it was going to change with you. There's no going back to fix. It's about what you do here on out. And it'd be hard for us to believe that our kingdom spouse is somebody that already has a relationship with God, that is already close to the Lord, that has already sacrificed their old life, that has already turned away from their ways, that is already praying for themselves. You're not going to have to pray for your kingdom spouse, because they have a prayer life, honey. They're praying for themselves every day, multiple times a day. But I just listen to so many women, and they're prophesying to other women about the kingdom spouse, and it brings in this pattern of the savior and the fixer and the healer, and everything that I'm explaining is something that Jesus has already done. And that hit me in my spirit when I was sitting there thinking about what it means to me to have a kingdom spouse. And God said, I need you to get out of your mind that you're going to have to save, you're going to have to fix, you're going to have to heal, because all of those things, that's exactly what Jesus is. And that's why Jesus did all of that, so we all can find salvation through him. If you have a partner coming into your life and trying to find salvation through you, that is a problem. We too many times, when people come to us, we're not steering them in the direction of Jesus. Way too many times, it's so much for us because we're taking on the role of Jesus. If you were in a relationship with somebody, you shouldn't be doing all the sacrificing. You shouldn't be trying to do the healing. You shouldn't be trying to do the fixing if they're your kingdom spouse. And actually, that is a huge indicator that they're not. Why is it so hard to believe that somebody went through all the things that you went through and changed their life like you changed your life? Why do you have to wait for somebody to change their life? Why can you not believe that there's somebody who has been on the spiritual journey, has had the spiritual awakening, has drawn closer to God, has had many nights of crying, has changed their ways, don't drink, don't smoke, don't go out, don't do none of that? And it was all through finding God. Far too many people believe that your spouse is somebody that you're going to have to push them in the direction of God. Who pushed you? Who pushed you? Who came and saved you? Who came and healed you? And of course, you're going to say nobody but Jesus. Nobody but Jesus. There was not one human being. If you on this spiritual journey and you really are chosen, when I am speaking to you and you know how this goes, there is not one human being that came to save you. There's not one person that really helped you out of the sincerity of their heart. There is not one person who said, Jesus told me to do this. God told me to do this. And I want to walk this walk with you, because on a spiritual journey, you learn that you got to let go of all unhealthy attachments. And what looked like help turned into haters, hating. What looked like joy turned into jealousy. What looked like family turned into people living in fear that you'll be better than them and that you'll do more than them. So in the end, you're with nobody. No, and what you had to do was go find God on your own. Your spouse, your kingdom spouse, has found God on their own. We get ourselves stuck in these unhealthy cycles when we believe our kingdom spouse is somebody that we have to pull out the trenches of hell, that we have to help them not drink anymore, that we have to draw them close to God. We got to drag them to church. Nobody dragged you to church. Nobody forced you to get a relationship with God. One day something hit you and you said, I'm tired of living my life like this. I need God. I need my Father in my life. Nobody did that for you. And I'm trying to get you guys to understand that when you're on a spiritual journey and when we think about the kingdom spouse, I need you to think of it in correlation as much as you can to your journey in spirituality. We got to get out of saving. We got to get out of Jesus's role, number one. We're not Jesus. I'm not here to save nobody. I'm not here to fix nobody. I'm not here to drag you along this journey with me, because ultimately that's what we're doing. I remember when I was married, I'm finding myself praying for my husband. I love the Bible app. I love it because it has those plans and devotionals that you can read every single day. They have questions, they have prayers, scriptures. And I was doing those, and every day it was one for my husband. Prayers for your husband. And I'll be thinking those really be for when they sick. You get what I'm saying? It really be for you when your husband's sick. It really be for when your husband's going through a spiritual battle. It's not when somebody's just really not choosing you. It's not when somebody's cheating on you. It's not when somebody's out dancing with the devil while you in the house praising the Lord. That's not what that's for. That's not what prayers for your kingdom spouse is. And I feel like we praying for so many people that we believe are our kingdom spouse are supposed to be going on this journey with us. And whole time God said, you don't understand that because you are my chosen one. And I know you will be obedient. I'm going to guide you into better. I'm going to guide you into better love, a better situation. So whole time you praying for this man, I'm going to take him right from under you. Because God's literally has your best interest at heart. Sometimes we get stuck on praying for other people that we can't even see what God's trying to do for us. I'm too busy praying for you that I'm missing out on everything that God is trying to do for me. This is I just really want this to be an eye opener. Because sometimes we go on and get married to people and we be really feeling like we married. We be walking around like we married just because the papers say we married, and God's sitting back saying, I did not say that was your spouse. You ain't married. You're not spiritually married. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's not who I said you were going to be with. That's not who I said you were going to be walking in your purpose with. That's not who I said you were going to be conquering kingdom business with. That's not the person that I said was for you. And it's going to take a lot, including a season of singleness. And I just really wanted to get this message out because in my own mind, I said, wow, I'm sitting up here thinking that somebody who I feel like God said is for me, I have to save, I have to fix, I have to steer to God, I have to do Bible study with, I have to introduce them to the Lord. I got to, encourage them to encourage themselves. I got to do all of this work. And it just hit me one day and said, no, because Jesus already did that for them. Your only salvation is through Jesus. It's not through me. And we got to get out of the role. And it's always the more spiritual person in the relationship or in the just the connection. We got to get out of this role that even though we are on this journey and we find ourselves being more spiritually inclined than the other person, that we just, come on, go with me. No, go with Jesus. I'm going to release you so that you can find the Lord like I found the Lord. I'm going to release you so you can go find refuge in the Lord, just like I found refuge in the Lord. Even there are times, I promise y'all, I thought it was so crazy of me. Once I looked back, I said, wow, I was praying for a person who was cheating on me every day. Serial cheater. I was praying for a person. I was sitting down praying while somebody was out dancing with the devil, turning up while I was home praying. And I just want you guys to let go of this idea that a kingdom spouse comes with challenges, that it comes with sacrifices. Yes, love is hard. I'm going to be real with you. And I don't want to really say hard. I really want to say complex. And I feel like once you understand love, because love is very complex, love is very broad. Once you really, really understand love, then it becomes a little easier. But I be feeling like some of the stuff that we go through is not really love. It's really us staying in unhealthy patterns that the devil really want us to stay in. And a lot of people speak on kingdom spouses after somebody then blocked you, after somebody then told you they don't want to be with you, and we still be believing I'm in separation with my kingdom spouse. I want you to know, when God sends you your kingdom spouse, all you're going to have to do is show up and be you. That's it. Show up. Hey, meet me here. Okay. Hey, I booked the, this thing for us. Okay. Hey, I booked a reservation. Okay. Hey, I sent flowers to your house. Okay. All that person needs you to do is show up and be you and operate with the God in you. Sometimes we are sacrificing so much, and the first thing we want to sacrifice is the God in us. We just let that all go. I'm going to pray for this person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That is not God. That is not God. That is the devil trying to keep you in unhealthy attachments. And I wanted to share this message because it hit me hard, where I was like, this person can't be my kingdom spouse. Can't be. Really, it was a dream that I had, and God showed me this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Sometimes we be feeling like God be wanting us to be with somebody and be obedient. God said, that's not what I called you to do. That's not what I called you to do. I didn't call you to be with that person. So you're not doing that out of obedience. We have to stop believing that kingdom spouses comes with all of this trouble, drama, chaos, and people will make you believe that. But I want you guys to stay encouraged. I think you got to use your discernment and use it very well to know if somebody's for you or not, because people will have you believing that a worldly person is a kingdom spouse, and that's definitely not the case.